Hi, my name is Paul and welcome back to the channel. List comprehension is one of those features that you'd consider a lifesaver when it comes to Python. It can help you reduce 4 or 5 lines of code to just a single line of code. In today's video, I'm going to show you how you can also get started with list comprehensions and why you should start using them because they actually make your life easier. To motivate our study of list comprehensions, I'll start off by creating a problem. Let's say we want to generate the squares of all the numbers less than 10. So I want to generate the square of 0, the square of 1, up to the square of 9, and I want to put it in a list. If I want to do this without using list comprehensions, I'll do something like this. I would have an empty list of squares. Then I would equate this to that empty list. Then I will do a for number in range 10 for all the numbers less than 10 from 0 to 10. You should do square of that number would definitely be equal to number times number and or maybe number to the power 2, and then I'm going to do squares dot append the square, obviously. Then I'll do something like this. Then at the end I could print squares, and then I'll say that I'm done with the problem. So after I've saved the file, I'm going to run this particular code and see what happens. So after I've run it, yes, it works. It generates the squares from 0, 1, 4, 9, 16, 25 up to the square of 9, which is 81. That's true. As you can see, it took me 5 lines to write this simple program. And with list comprehensions, it will take you just 2. And I'm going to show you. Now, in order to use list comprehension for this, I am going to first comment out the for loop over here. And I'm going to write a for loop on one line. So what is going to happen over here? Instead of me doing that, I'm going to write something like this. Then I'm going to explain it. So I'm going to do number to the power 2, or number times number if you want, for number in range 10. And just this single line of code is going to generate the same thing. So if I run this particular code, as you can see, it has generated the same thing. Now I've done it in just a single line of code to generate that and just another line to print it out. Now what I've written over here is more like a single line for loop. It's more like English. You can read it like English. So I want squared to be equal to the number squared for each number in this particular sequence over here. It's quite tricky when you want to write it. But instead of me writing the for loop out, I could just write a for loop on a single line, and this is going to make your life so much easier. A general expression for it is to write the output that you want or what you want to put into the list first. Then you bring your for loop for number in a certain range or a certain list or anything. Then you write this. You could add more things. You could make it a list of lists and all of that. You know, I could put this into another list. So it means I want this list to be generated every time. So this will be a list of squares, something like that. Yeah, a list of lists. And it's not only for lists. I think you can use sets and tuples and all of that. I'm going to try and use a set over here. Yeah, so you can create a list, a set of all the squares that you just generated, all of that. So guys, that's it for this particular video. I hope you now understand or get the idea of using list comprehensions and why you should actually use them because they actually make your life easier. By the way, if you've not subscribed to the channel already and you're watching this, please consider subscribing to the channel. I would very much appreciate that. I don't even know what I'm saying. So that's it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.